Throw chips into boiling water. This absurd hack actually works. I'm sure you've never tried anything like this before. Take a pot with about 500 milliliters of water. Bring it to a boil. Add 2 packets of chips to the boiling water, starting with one and adding the other after a moment. Stir the chips thoroughly in the pot of water. Cook them on medium heat, stirring occasionally until they soften completely and form a thick, mashed consistency. Once this happens, remove the pot from the stove. Then take another pot and a strainer. Pour the mixture through the strainer to get a perfectly smooth potato mass. Transfer it to a plate. The dish is ready. This unique creation can serve as a dip or simply as mashed potatoes. Making potatoes from chips isn't exactly economical, but it's a fun and surprising culinary experiment that I highly recommend. Homemade chip puree is one of those quirky ideas that actually works. Stuff your favorite fillings into potato cubes. You've never tasted anything like this before. Start by boiling about 4 medium potatoes. While they're still hot and soft, add garlic, fresh thyme, a pinch of salt, and a generous amount of butter. Use a masher to blend the potatoes until smooth. Now, take slices of ham and cheese, layering them alternately to create a delicious stack. Once you have your ham and cheese stack, cut it into even cubes. Each of these cubes will form the heart of your potato cubes. Take a small handful of mashed potatoes and flatten it in your hand. Place a ham and cheese cube in the center, then wrap the potatoes around it, forming a smooth ball. The goal is to completely encase the ham and cheese in the mashed potatoes, creating a larger cube. Repeat this process until all the cubes are covered. Next, prepare 3 bowls, one with flour, one with beaten eggs, and one with breadcrumbs. Coat each potato ball first in flour, then dip it in the egg, and finally roll it in breadcrumbs. This coating will give them a crispy, golden surface. Heat a generous amount of oil in a pan over medium heat. When the oil is hot, carefully place the potato balls into the pan. Fry them until they're golden brown on all sides, turning gently to ensure even cooking. Once ready, serve them with your favorite sauce. Potato cubes are perfect as a meal or a snack. If you have potatoes and canned tuna, you have to try this. A delicious meal I make for my family very often. You'll have a ready meal in 20 minutes, and everyone will want seconds. Peel 5 potatoes and cut them into thick slices. Put them in a pot and cover with cold water. Boil for about 15 minutes. Check with a fork. Once they are soft, they're ready. While the potatoes are cooking, prepare the filling with tuna, onion, carrot, and chives. Open the can and place the tuna in a bowl, mashing it into smaller pieces with a fork. Peel and dice 1 onion. Heat some oil in a pan and add the diced onion. Sauté until golden. While the onion is cooking, peel and grate 1 carrot. Add the grated carrot to the sautéed onion. Let them simmer together until soft. Set aside to cool, then transfer to a bowl. Chop 1 bunch of chives and add it to the bowl with the carrot and onion. Now, add the mashed tuna. Season with salt and pepper to taste and mix everything thoroughly. Let it sit for a few minutes to allow the flavors to combine. Now, drain the cooked potatoes and grate them. Transfer the grated potatoes to a bowl and add 1 egg, a pinch of salt, and 100 grams of grated cheese. Mix well. Then add 4 tablespoons of flour. If the dough is too sticky, add more flour. Mix thoroughly. From the prepared dough and filling, shape juicy stuffed patties. A helpful tip is to grease your hands before shaping each patty. Flatten a portion of the dough into a circle, add a spoonful of filling, and form it into a patty. Repeat until you have around 10 patties. Fry the formed patties in oil until golden brown. This recipe is quick, delicious, and the patties are juicy with a pleasant tuna flavor. You'll be making this tasty meal often. I learned this recipe while working at a wedding venue. It's easy to prepare and uses common ingredients. This chicken tastes just like it came from a restaurant. Start by slicing the chicken breast lengthwise, creating 2 thin fillets. Place the meat on a cutting board and cover it with plastic wrap. Gently pound the meat on both sides with a mallet. Next, take some softened butter and cut it into small slices. Lay the slices evenly over the chicken fillet. Now, prepare the herb stuffing. Take fresh herbs. I use parsley, but you can use dill or basil. Chop them finely. On a separate board, grate some Grana Padano or Parmesan cheese. Mix the cheese with the chopped parsley. Spread this mixture over the butter on the chicken fillet. Carefully roll up the chicken, forming neat roulades. Coat the rolled chicken in a special breading. To prepare the breading, take 2 containers. In one, combine 100 grams of breadcrumbs with the grated hard cheese. In the other, whisk 1 egg. Dip the roulades first in the egg, then in the breadcrumb mixture. Place the breaded chicken roulades on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Bake the roulades in the oven for 30 minutes at 180 degrees. While the roulades are baking, prepare a bell pepper and tomato sauce, which perfectly complements this dish. Take a red bell pepper, remove the seeds, and chop it into small cubes. You'll also need a few cherry tomatoes. Cut them into smaller pieces. Heat some olive oil in a pan, then use a garlic press to crush 1 clove of garlic into the pan. Once the garlic is lightly sautéed, add the pepper and tomatoes. Cook on low heat until the vegetables are soft. Transfer the cooked vegetables to a blender and blend them into a smooth, aromatic sauce. Serve the baked chicken roulades with this sauce and a side of vegetable salad. The inside will be tender and the outside crispy. Pour pickle juice over the meat. You've never had such juicy meat before. For this recipe, pork loin works perfectly. Take 5 slices of pork loin and lay them out on a cutting board. Using a knife, make vertical and horizontal cuts on the meat, creating a grid pattern on both sides. Place the prepared meat into a Ziploc bag. Pour pickle juice over the meat in the bag, then add your favorite spices and some mustard. Seal the bag and massage the meat to ensure the marinade reaches every part. Let the bag with the meat sit for about 30 minutes. After that, take the meat out and place it on a baking tray lined with parchment paper. Spread mayonnaise over each piece of meat, then add slices of tomato. Top the pork slices with grated pickles. Finally, sprinkle grated cheese over the meat. The meat is now ready for baking. Place the tray in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. After this time, the meat will be perfectly tender and juicy, ideal for both dinner and as an appetizer.